Like, holy shit.
Get your
Texans
bow and
wouldn't
arrow.
have that problem. Centipede's a deadipede. Welcome back, everyone, to American McGee's Alice. Alright, so, we're on our way to get my favorite weapon in the game.
If it's the one I'm thinking it is, I'd like that one too.
Yeah, I just find it
I don't
very
quite
effective.
remember, but
And after you use it on an enemy, you always get, like, a good amount of HP.
yeah.
So, like, here it is. The Ice Wand.
Yeah.
Freeze enemies. Turn into Mr. Freeze. Alright, everyone. Chill.
Where is my super suit?
I like, we're talking about the greater good here. Greater good?
I am the greatest good you are ever gonna get.
And he just kind of like has that look like, we're doing this now. It's funny that was my first exposure to a Samuel L. Jackson rant.
Really?
Yeah. Where's my super suit? And now it's just common, like, the more adult stuff, like Die Hard. It's like, oh, Jesus. Why do you keep calling me Jesus? Do I look Puerto Rican to you? Guy says your name is Jesus. He didn't say hey Zeus. He said hey Zeus, God of thunder, Mount Olympus. Don't fuck with me or I'll shove a lightning bolt up your ass. Zeus.
I don't think I've seen that many Samuel L. Jackson rants in movies.
Oh, they're great. Enough is
mean,
enough.
like Pulp
I've
Fiction,
had it with
but-
these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking
I've
plane.
never seen snakes on a plane.
I feel like you'd like it because it kind of has that Chupacabra terror vibe to it.
Where it's just bad enough.
To where, like, Samuel L. Jackson is the only one that's just, like, giving his all.
Okay.
Whereas everyone's just like, these are clearly CG snakes, so...
Yeah. At least they
I
weren't
mean,
like
they
snake in the
try.
can snakes.
No. No, they are
You know, they
CG
weren't-
snakes.
They weren't a T-Rex suit. For anyone who hasn't watched Velocipaster on Amazon Prime yet,
Oh, it's
go
coming.
do it.
So what are your thoughts on ice physics? Because I've died a couple times now due to just slipping right off into the abyss.
I'm not a super big fan, but I understand the necessity of it.
Which would you prefer? Ice physics or an underwater level?
Ice.
You really?
Yeah.
Okay, why?
I just hate underwater levels.
You hate, like, the breathing meter?
Yes. I don't like that there's a time limit.
I feel like you'd like Donkey Kong. The
See-
monkeys don't drown.
Okay.
They can swim indefinitely.
See, that's the thing. If it was like just the physics, but there was no time limit,
Yeah.
I feel like I would like the underwater better.
Okay.
But it's just like the time limit is what gets me. Like I can inch along here on an ice level and try to prevent slipping.
Okay.
But I can't do that underwater because I run out of air and then I die.
Yeah. I will say Alice is one of the faster drowning games.
Oh my god, she drowns in like a second.
Like most other games, like it's like Gex. You have a meter. And when that meter depletes, you're done. Oh, look. The Rock's back. All right, another Indiana
no.
Jones movie.
It's a boulder.
Technically, it's a marble.
Well,
These bugs have lost their marbles. Because, like, we're so tiny, so, oh, geez. More rocks falling. Haul ass, Alice.
she's like, I'm going.
Ba-ba-da-da-ba-da-da-ba-da-da-ba-da-da-da-da. Boo-doo-doo-doo. And then right here, just hug to the left. And let the marble just roll off into the abyss. Uh-oh.
Oh god.
Who summoned you guys? Literally escaped the ice cavern for like 5 seconds, and these guys are like, oh, time to drop bombs.
Yeah.
Oh boy, here I go killing again.
Oh boy, here I go killing again. I really hope Rick and Morty brings back some of like the old Rick and Morty.
Okay.
It's starting to turn into like almost Family Guy-esque.
Oh no. I really like the ad with Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, that was funny. He is.
500 years, Morty! 500 years!
Where did
like-
we say the kid that played Morty? Where was he from?
The It remake.
Okay.
He played
He plays Billy.
Billy, yeah. I almost said George. I'm like, no, George is the little kid.
George dies.
Yeah, George dies. Billy's the...
One with the stutter.
Yeah, technically the protagonist.
Yeah.
I want to say. I don't know, does it have a protagonist, or are they all
I think
kind
it's just like the group of
Okay.
kids in general is the protagonist. He's the main character at the beginning.
Okay. Look, it's Caterpillar. Caterpillar will help us get out of this mess.
Will he, though?
I wonder if the designers knew that his head gets cut off during this cutscene.
What is it to me?
Get it? Cutscene.
Cutscene, where it trims your head with a letterboxing. Uh-oh, felt a sneeze coming on.
I'm in a constant state of feeling a sneeze coming on. Just 24/7. I never know when it's gonna happen.
Yeah, just bear with us. We're fighting allergy season.
Like, bad.
Like-
I mean, I'm fighting,
No,
like, allergy
you're
here.
like at Helm's Deep with the allergies.
Yeah. I'm like...
You're just like
allergy
standing up there.
here.
So it begins.
Yeah. It sucks. I've tried everything, too.
I know you
I've
have.
tried sinus, I've tried antihistamines, I've tried, like, cold and flu.
So what's nice about the caterpillar is he's talking about how this is technically just all in her head.
Yeah.
He's alluding to, like, Wonderland is suffering because your mental state is suffering.
Yeah.
It's time to grow up and, like, face the future. Or, like, Wonderland is doomed. So he means, like, metaphorically grow up, but also physically get bigger.
Yeah.
It's time to
Please grow up.
grow up. All right, so this next level, definitely want to rely on our ice wand because we're going after Centipede.
Ugh.
Ugh, she says.
Ugh.
It's funny that, like, Centipede was mentioned in, like, a page of the original book. Like, Caterpillar had a character, but Centipede was just, like, a
Yeah.
mention. So it's cool that, like, they took, like, a brief mention and made it, like, a full-on boss and antagonist. Like, a Star Wars video game does that, where, like, you know, in Star Wars, Luke's like, I'm just living the life shooting womp rats.
Yeah.
You don't know what a womp rat is. Well, in the video game, you actually see womp
Fight
rats.
Womp rats, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just like, that's kind of cool. But it's just like, well, what can we use for an enemy of the game? You can make something up, or you can, like, actually dig into the lore and be like, well, technically they mentioned this. Let's just use this.
I appreciate that she fixes her hair.
Yeah. So she's now temporarily invisible. Not invincible. Like, if
Yeah.
they see you, they can... If they hit you, you'll still take damage. But you're invisible and you can surprise attack them. But you see how it's kind of like ticking smaller in the corner?
Yeah.
When that depletes, then you become visible again.
They're like, where is she? Where is she?
Find the halfling! Find the halfling! No.
I don't know what it's from.
Lord of the Rings.
Okay, yeah.
Find the halfling!
I haven't seen all of the Lord of the Rings, like, all the way through in one sitting.
It's 9 hours long, I don't blame you.
Well, I mean, even
That's
like,
the theatrical edition.
even like movie by movie.
Oh, okay.
So it's always been like, oh, well, I got to see the first half and then had to leave or fell asleep and then...
Okay, well, we definitely got to cross that off the list. The ever-growing list. Lately, we've been watching a lot of B movies.
Yes. There's one called Killer Chair,
Oh my god.
and the tagline is Don't Sit on the Furniture.
There's a movie in our store called Rubber. It's about, like, a killer tire.
Oh, no.
And I'm just like, what the hell?
Yeah, Thanks Killing makes me sad that I contributed and gave that creator money because he should never make another movie.
Yeah, it's one of those worse than Young Van Helsing's.
Oh my god.
Which we keep surprising ourselves with those discovery.
I know, I'm like, wow, okay.
It's like, wow, nothing could be worse than Young Van Helsing.
Wrong.
Hold my turkey.
Hold my raptor suit.
So the secret to these mushrooms is you can only hurt them when you wake them up, so as soon as you wake them up, just immediately freeze them. But they're invulnerable when they're in that sleeping state. Oh, come on. Go away. Shoo! Shoo, I say!
Get out of here.
Alright. So here we go. I hear it.
It's funny because right now, as we're like recording, there's a
there's
helicopter or something, and I'm like, oh god!
There's a plane coming. Makes the same sound as these ladybugs. And so I will say that, like, thanks to the magic of editing and in-game audio, when everything's together, I don't hear half the shit that
that you
interrupts
bitch about.
us.
Yeah.
Yes, that I bitch about. I'm just gonna admit it. Yep.
Like, oh my god, that car! Oh my god, that plane! And I'm like, you're not gonna be able to hear it. And if you hear it, only you can hear it because you're trained to hear it. Normal people aren't gonna hear it.
Okay.
I can't hear it, but I'm deaf. So we're lucky I can hear anything.
So that doesn't count. You always hear my sass, no matter how low it is.
Not always. There's sometimes where I'm like, what did you say? And you're like, nothing. I'm like, no, what did you say? I didn't say anything. I heard you say something. No, I didn't say anything. And I'm like, and then I cry.
I think you just think about what I could say.
When
and then
you
like cry.
my deepest insecurities, and I'm like, he knows! He said it! And then I cry.
And then you cry. And I'm just like, whoops. Or yesterday when you sneezed like 6 times and I turned the volume up.
That pissed me off. That
I
made
know
me
it did.
mad.
I was like, sorry.
I was like, oh, I'm sorry that my dying is inconveniencing you.
I'm sorry. There was just like 10 seconds left of the video, maybe a little more, like a little over a minute.
Well, because like you came home and I was like, okay, like, oh yay, so I missed him, and I like teeter into the office and I like sneezed and you turned the volume up. I'm like, fuck you too. I'm just gonna go lay down.
You didn't just sneeze, like you had a fit, and like after a while I was just like, and you could clearly tell that like the audio went significantly louder.
Because your computer gets really loud.
Yeah, I've noticed. Because like I'll edit these videos and stuff and I'll be like, I don't think the audio's loud enough. And then I'll upload it and watch it later and I'll be like, wow, I don't remember it being that loud.
Yeah.
Like it's weird how like in Premiere, the audios are like just below peaking and I'm just like, okay, good. Keep them like in that soft spot, and like sometimes I'm like, can I hear that? I don't know. And then like it's uploaded and it's just a lot louder.
Yeah.
It's like when you watch a video and then an ad comes on, we'd like to talk to you about, like, what
and
the
then you're like, oh my
fuck?
god. Blows you away.
And now we're going back to this little part where we're talking about little kitties doing their thing.
Kitty.
And then an ad, it's free real estate.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, I definitely don't want to sound mix.
So the interesting part about that is, like, enemies will just keep coming. Eventually, they'll capture you and take you to Centipede themselves. So you can kill a couple to get some health, but, like, you don't have to kill all the enemies.
Yeah.
So here we go.
We offer this girl to the Lord of the Centipedes.
Ta-da! He's a big boy.
I don't know what makes centipedes so creepy.
Is it the legs? Like, is it all the legs?
I feel like it might be the legs and the
Because,
shell.
like, people in Australia say it sounds like footsteps.
Yeah. Well,
Like, you
Australian
can hear them.
centipedes are also like 20-pound bugs.
Yeah.
You know.
So, like, they're, like, and part of the mic,
Yeah.
like, you could hear them. And,
Well, I
like,
mean, they're big.
well, you know Australia, everything kills you, but they have strict gun laws. When you need guns, I'm like, I want to shoot the centipede. Like, holy shit.
Get your
Texans
bow and
wouldn't
arrow.
have that problem. Shanipede's a deadipede.
I love how like Australians also know that though, like they are aware of that. At Christmas time, they get this like shiny little green beetle,
Get off me.
and they call it the Christmas beetle.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, and it like blankets Australia, like it's an infestation. But they're
Holy
like,
shit.
we call this the Christmas beetle. It's not trying to kill you.
Mm-hmm. So, like, there's a pattern to this boss. You gotta lure him to reveal his weak spot, and then you ice him. But he'll spit out these, like, face-hugger-looking things that'll quickly drain your health if you're not careful. So you gotta keep your distance, but still keep close. Because if you're too far, he does this, like, ramming attack
Yeah.
that really hurts. But pace yourself, There is a lot of health around the arena. Uh-oh. Camera just zippity-doo-dah-dayed on me. But yeah, those little face huggers. Oh, he also spits acid. Because of course he does.
Guess why not?
Where'd he go? It's a giant centipede. Where'd he go?
Where'd he go? Look at him.
I'm gonna get you. I just like the two legs in front, like
Yeah. His pincher legs.
Whoa.
Because we don't get big centipedes here.
No, we don't.
We do get centipedes, little tiny ones.
We get those little 1,000-leggers that end up in
Yeah.
the tub.
Well, those are different.
Oh, they are?
They're house centipedes, but we do get like hard-shelled centipedes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're just the real tiny ones.
They're just the real tiny ones.
They're like as big as the earthworms?
Yeah.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. No, the ones in Australia are like as big as Milo.
Yeah, they're
Could you imagine
They could
turning
pay
in like
rent.
the way the way Milo's curled up is just like a big old
It's
centipede
just
curled up?
giant centipede with all her little centipede babies. Ugh. See, though, part of me is
Aha, you're dead. I'm gonna ice your face because you're ugly. Nyaha. Something about centipedes? Because you said all of her little babies?
Part of me would almost rather have it be really big because it would be harder to lose sight of.
True.
Because I feel the same way with spiders. Like, it's harder to lose sight of a big spider than one of those little tiny spiders.
Yeah, but I can handle a tiny spider. The big ones, I'm just like, can't move. Want to move, but can't. Like, there was a night where I brought Wesker in, and there was like a spider right above the door frame, and I said, well, I'm not locking that.
I know, I had to go lock the door.
I think Luna got it, though. And then she plops it on the bed!
Oh my god, that was funny. I was like, oh, nope. And you're like, what? And I'm like, nothing at all.
I'm just like, Luna, I love you, but that wasn't cool.
You know why she does that, right?
What?
She's feeding you.
Bitch, no.
Because you can't feed yourself.
No arachnids. Listen, we gotta do a lesson here.
Because that's why, like, cats and stuff will bring you dead mice, too. They'll kill a mouse and bring it to you. It'll be like, here,
Oh. I thought it was just like
I got this for
an
you.
offering to my god. That's what I thought it was. That just makes things even more disturbing. She
Yeah.
thought of all the things to feed me, a goddamn spider. I'm afraid of spiders.
She's like, quit being a bitch and eat it.
Get a load of these guys.
Yeah.
Big old monsters made of magma.
Magma.
Uh-oh. I'm out of ice. Now, I got lucky there. Usually, when you're out of ice and you just throw a knife, it doesn't do much.
I don't
Just
like
like-
those ones, the flying ones.
Oh,
Paralyze
the
you.
phantasms.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They, as well, are weak to ice. I'm reminded of that line from X-Men. Do you know what happens when a toad gets struck by lightning? Same thing that happens to everything else. Josh Whedon wrote that line. It's not good.
Ugh. I don't remember a lot of the. I haven't seen the X-Men in a long time.
I haven't seen the first one in a long time.
It was one of my favorites for sure. But I haven't seen it in so long. I have all of them.
Yeah? We'll definitely have to do an X-Men thing, since you love the X-Men, you can't talk about it enough, even though that's the only video we've ever done of the X-Men on the entire channel.
Yeah.
I can't talk about it enough. I love the X-Men. That's why I do one video of the entire channel.
Well,
on the X-Men.
because I mean, there's so much to do videos on.
There is.
So, and I mean, I
Like-
can do more on them. I just don't want to be like,
I'm
oh,
just
that's the
being
X-Men
sassy
channel.
because,
Yeah.
like, there's so much I feel we've done, and yet we've only scratched the surface. And this is out of the things, like, we enjoy watching. Not just the stuff that, like, we've never experienced, we've never watched. Like, I've never seen Dune. I've never seen the original Dune.
Yeah.
I've heard about it. Like, at the time of this recording, like, Dune just came out. And unfortunately, I'm going to show my age here. We looked at the time and said, well, that's going to take a commitment.
Yeah.
We looked at the runtime
I
and
mean,
was
it
like,
is a
well,
long movie. It's like, it's a little more than 2.5 hours.
yeah.
And I'm like, listen, if I lay down for that long, I'm gonna go to sleep. It always happens. It doesn't.
You know what's interesting about this game? Unlike RPGs, where like you feel like you're getting stronger, even though you get like a new weapon, enemies from the beginning are still a pain in the fucking ass.
Yeah.
Like those boojums will still knock you off of things or kill you in 1 or 2 hits. I don't know what these guys' problems are. They just kind of like spin around. Alright, so long as they
They're
don't...
having a party.
Spin, 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 shoot! Spin, 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 shoot! They remind me of like the soldiers from Wizard of Oz. Oh, lo,
Yeah.
yo.
Yeah.
Which I looked it up. Apparently what they're saying is, oh, Luther, the old one.
Oh.
I'm just like, alright then.
I like looking up to see what people are actually saying.
Well, we thought
But
of
I
doing a
also
video of
kinda
like
like-
misheard lyrics.
Yeah. I was gonna say, but I also kind of like just making it up myself.
Okay.
We had that idea because of Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
I've been binge watching Sabrina the Teenage Witch, like the original one from the 90s. And the Backstreet Boys was a guest. They were a guest, I guess. And they sang the line, "Don't care who you are, don't care what you did." And you were like, "What you did?" "I killed a man once." Like,
Where are the others?
turns out those are the actual lyrics.
Yeah, those are the actual lyrics. I was just like, well, that is kind of creepy.
Don't
killed a
care
man
what
once.
You did. Killed a man once.
Alright, so we'll see you guys in the next part.
Toodles!
Obscure allusions to chess are fine, but it troubles me that anonymous oracles know more of my business than I do.